Alright, so we got a big transfer update to get into in this one. Super Eagles striker Victor Boniface is on the verge of a move away from Bayer Leverkusen, and he may or may not end up playing alongside a Super Eagles teammate. And speaking of Super Eagles striker Tolu Arokodare wanted by an Italian top flight club that we are all very familiar with. We'll be talking about that. And fake news about Kelechi Nwakali that had to be debunked by his head coach. We got the clip of the head coach debunking the fake news. We're going to talk about the fake news. But first, of course, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're going to start, of course, with Victor Boniface, the hot news at the moment. Victor Boniface to move to AC Milan in the Serie A, the Italian top flight. And for this report, we go to Fabrizio Romano's X page, Twitter page, whatever you want to call it. I think it's called X. But yeah, as you see right here, Victor Boniface to AC Milan. Here we go. Verbal agreement between all parties for the Nigerian striker. 5 million euros loan fee, 24 million euros buy option clause not mandatory, and contract until 2030 also done. Next step, medical tests ahead of signing all contracts. So yeah, according to this right here, it's all done and dusted. Everybody's agreements have been made. The player and the teams have come to an agreement. All that's left is, will AC Milan trigger the clause? Will they pay the 24 million euros? And it's basically, if he has a great season, they'll be quick to do that, because that's definitely will be a bargain. But if he doesn't, if he's lackluster, if he's not so good, they'll just send him back to Bayer Leverkusen. So it's not like he is all the way an AC Milan player. It really hinges on his performance this season and staying healthy, because that's the main issue with Victor Boniface. You look at the numbers, 24 million euros to buy the player. That's a cheap price, a real cheap price. This is a 24-year-old player. And the reason why the price is so low is health. He has not been healthy. You look at last season, he played 27 matches altogether, 11 goals, 2 assists. In the league, 19 matches, 8 goals, 2 assists. You look at the numbers show you a quality striker. The season before, which was the come-out season, the breakout season in the Bundesliga, even though he was so good, he still played a limited amount of matches. Only 34 matches in the entire season. You're talking about a team that played in 3 different competitions, the Bundesliga, the Pokal, and the Europa League. And he only could manage 34 matches in that season. 23 in the league, 14 goals, 9 assists, ridiculous. Out of those 34 matches, 21 goals, 10 assists, ridiculous. I still feel if they had won that Europa League, we probably looking at a different African Player of the Year. I still feel that way. That was basically whoever won that match was going to be African Player of the Year in my mind. But yeah. So I think that's the real issue. And you even look at the season before that, the season he was in Belgium. That was his first really healthy season in his career. 55 matches played, 22 goals, 11 assists. So the numbers are there right there. I mean, when he's healthy, he produces. But the issue is he's not been healthy so much in the past couple of seasons. If it was up to me, if I was Bayer Leverkusen, I would have sold last offseason. Because going into this season, even though you would expect them to improve, which I felt like the game was gaming, but he just wasn't on the pitch enough. And that is the reason why you see 24 million euros as the price for Victor Boniface. But when it comes to quality, this is a quality striker. I know Super Eagles fans are like, well, he's not, look, that's a different ball game. He probably has to change the way he comes into camp. He has to change his approach. He has to probably stick to his, he has to do something to get going for the national team. But with his club side, this is a quality striker. Really quality striker. Does a lot of the things off the ball that you want a striker to do when it comes to holding on to the ball, working off the ball, the passing. I mean, the guy is a quality player, but getting him on the pitch, getting him to stay on the pitch is the issue that there is right here. That's the reason, like I say, you see such a low price for a top player. So it's just all about him handling business in AC Milan. Does he stay healthy? Because I feel if he's healthy, he's going to put up the numbers. So it's all about staying healthy. If he stays healthy through the season, I see AC Milan rushing to pay that $24 million. Rushing. Because it's a bargain to me. That $24 million is a real bargain. When you talk about getting a striker at the quality of Victor Boniface. So I wish him the best of luck. Let's see how the season goes. If he stays healthy, he's gonna be an AC Milan player for the next 4 years, 2030. They already got everything done, so all he has to do is stay healthy, do what he does. He's gonna be an AC Milan player for years, or they sell him right away after paying the $24 million. Because if he stays healthy, I'm pretty sure somebody else with bigger pockets is gonna come up. But yeah, the Super Eagles teammate, of course, AC Milan. We're talking about Samuel Chukwueze, and there have been reports about Samuel Chukwueze leaving the club. In their last matchup, which was the Coppa Italia, they won that by 2-0. He did not come off the bench. So this is a situation where they're saying the club is looking at offers. Hey, if you got the right offer, they're willing to go. But as of right now, they've not reached an agreement with anybody. There's interest from Turkey. There's interest from England that I've seen. I've seen Spain coming back up for Samuel Chukwueze. For me, I just feel like he needs to go somewhere he's going to play. Because right now, you look at AC Milan, those winger positions, you got Christian Pulisic, you got, what's the other guy's name from Portugal that's on the other wing. So you got those guys that are mostly going to be getting the playing time, mostly going to be getting the love from the coach. So I don't know how he's going to fit into that situation. So it more than likely is, does he have a good situation to go to away from the club? And I think that's where everything is right now with Samuel Chukwueze. So it's not a fact that him and Victor Boniface are going to be linking up this season. But hopefully they do. Hopefully they at least get to play 1 or 2 matches together. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's the way the situation lies right now. He's kind of waiting to see, does he stay at the club or does he leave the club? So that's that situation. Moving on, Tolu Arokodare, and staying on Fabrizio Romano's page. We might as well say this video is sponsored by Fabrizio Romano. But yeah, you got this situation right here. Napoli looking at Tolu Arokodare. He says Napoli keeps moving for a new striker after Romelu Lukaku injury, which was a sad situation. I think they say he'll be out for like 3 months. And today made contact with Tolu Arokodare's camp. This was from a few days ago. He's valued at 20 to 25 million euros by Genk after being top scorer last season in Belgium. So Tolu Arokodare scored 23 goals and 7 assists in 45 matches altogether. In 40 league matches, he had league plus playoffs, by the way. He had 21 goals and 6 assists. So a wonderful season he had, crowned top scorer in Belgium. And now you have Napoli sniffing around, trying to see what they can do to pick him up to join the team. I feel like it's a big level upgrade from Belgium to Italy. Then you're joining a team that just won the Serie A. So this is a team with ambition. So I don't see it as a bad move if I'm looking at it from that angle. But when you look at it from the angle we just went through with Victor Osimhen and this very same team, I kind of I am looking at the whole situation sideways when I think about it like that. Them not sticking to their word that they're giving their player. So this is a player that achieved something. Even now, the title they just won, you can't compare it to the one Victor Osimhen won. The only ones you can compare to Victor Osimhen's title is the one Maradona won, because the time that passed between Maradona and Osimhen and Cole winning the title was so long. So that's why I feel like this was probably one of the biggest in the team's history. So when you look at the way they treat somebody who was such a big part to that, you wonder how they gonna treat you. That's just normal human instinct. You just have to wonder, how would they treat me if I'm in that same situation? So you have to think about that. But if I'm just looking at it as a football sense right now, this is a big upgrade from Belgium to Italy. You're going to be in the Champions League, of course. So there's a lot of good things that come with joining this team, but it's just the fact of the ownership and the way they operate. You got to also think about that, though. Moving on, and we're going to talk about this Kelechi Nwakali situation. Of course, Kelechi Nwakali, Super Eagles midfielder, was part of the Super Eagles team at the 2021 African Cup of Nations. It was played in 2022, but called 2021. Claim to fame, under 17 level, played with Victor Osimhen, was player of the tournament at that FIFA under 17 World Cup, which Nigeria won in style. And yeah, not the best run as a professional. Has had some good moments, but has had a good number of low moments. And there was a made-up low moment that was going around a couple of days ago. Basically a made-up moment. Somebody saying Kelechi Nwakali was sacked by his club for arriving late at his club for preseason. So, yeah, this is the report that was put out. And you had other Nigerian outlets basically confirming the report, or basically putting out their own report saying Kelechi Nwakali was not going to be with the team again. And so much so that his club coach had to answer to these reports, had to confirm or unconfirm these reports. And we're going to check out the coach talking about it, Connor Urihane. Hopefully I didn't butcher the name. Connor Urihane, the head coach of Barnsley, talking about Kelechi Nwakali.
Just finally, you'll be aware of reports that Kelechi Nwakali has been fired. What's your take on that?
Fired?
Yeah, fired. Ultimately fired, yeah.
Not heard any about that.
So is he still in the same scenario that he was, and he's part of the club but he's not involved?
Yeah, exactly it, yeah.
And are you hoping to try and move him on this window?
Yeah, that would be the plan. I think for all parties that would be the best scenario, but in terms of fire, that's completely wide of the marks. First I've ever heard of it.
So yeah, as you heard right there from the coach, he seemed stunned by the question, like, where did that come from? So definitely looked like he had absolutely no idea what that was about, why anybody would be saying that. But Kelechi Nwakali was not in the squad. I guess that opened the door for the reports. And what the coach is saying is that they're looking for options. They're looking at options. So more than likely he's going to be leaving the club before the start, or not the start, before the closing of the window. He will be leaving the club. So yeah, real tough one right there. Don't know why somebody would just basically do clickbait off of somebody's name like that. And it's a serious issue. It's just like what happened at the Women's African Cup of Nations when we're in the semifinal and you're putting out reports that Asisat Oshoala is retired from the team, not caring about what we got going on. Just like this situation, you're not caring about what the guy has going on. You're just trying to get your clicks. You're just trying to get your views. And that's messed up. That's messed up. There's so much stuff going on in Nigerian football that you can report about without having to make up stuff. So it's just messed up that they'll try to use this man's career as a basically clickbait, and that's messed up. I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. For Kelechi Nwakali, I know there have been things that have been out of his control in his career going on, but it's time. I think he still can make some of himself, but it's time. He gotta pick it up. He gotta pick it up. Wherever he goes now, let it be your best move. So it's not only about Kelechi, it's about his agent. His agent has to find something. You need to find something for this kid. He's a good player, and he just needs the right situation. I believe in this guy. I believe in him. I know a lot of people around me are like, I don't want to hear it, but I want to hear it. He's a good player, and I believe that in the right situation, he'll show all the talent in the world. He's that good. He's a really good player. But let me know your thoughts on these topics. Victor Boniface moves to AC Milan. Tolu Arokodare wanted by Napoli. Kelechi Nwakali, fake news debunked. I guess you could call that one that. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure to like this video. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.